I mean, why would you question something that someone tells you when, you're in a relationship with them because you don't believe that what they're going to say is going to be lies, you know? And the only way that I found out that he was goofing up is because he told me he didn't have a 214 to show me because he said it was sealed because everything he did was classified. And I was just like, hold up. I was like, okay, this sounds fishy. And then he was saying he couldn't get compensated from the VA because his records were quote unquote sealed. So I'm just like, yeah. And I was going to school. I'm going to a tech school right now. And a lot of the people in my class were vets or still active duty. And a lot of them were Army because I was in South Carolina and I was right near Fort Jackson. So I had several friends because they saw my struggles with the marriage and they were hearing bits and pieces of just stuff he was doing, and they were just like, we're going to look into this for you. And they were just like, his stuff is not lining up. So turns out he wanted to turn around and say that I cheated on him. And he was just like, oh, I want a divorce because I think you're cheating on me. And I said, oh, you think I'm cheating on you? I said, you wonder why I've been so aloof and you wonder why, I've been, quote unquote, sneaking around? I'm digging up dirt on you. I said, you are not telling me the truth, are you? And he hung his head and he's just like, no. And I was just like, you were never in, were you? And he's just like, no, I was never in. And oh my gosh. I mean, I can't even explain it, And then not even 2 or 3 days after I confronted him, he was yelling at me because I was quote unquote bringing up his past, and basically his reason for seeing the way all these lies as justifiable was because he was trying to cover up abuse that he endured as a kid. You know what? I was abused too. That's the whole reason why I was adopted, And for him to say, oh, well, I made up this lie about, being in the military when I really wasn't because I didn't want to, tell you about, my abuse in my past. And I'm thinking to myself, that's BS. It really is. It's just BS. But anyway. So actually, 2 days after I confronted him, he got so upset at me, he took his hand and he punched a cart, a little stand that used to have the microwave on it, and he actually he shattered his knuckle to his pinky finger on his right hand into so many pieces that he will not ever have a knuckle in his pinky finger again. And, I had to take him to the ER, and, he had to have his hand in this little, not a cast, but just kind of one of those ace bandage foam things. Anyway, and it just got to the point where this wasn't the first time he had gotten physical, and I'm just like, you know what, for my son and I, we got to make sure that we're safe. And the last 2 weeks that I was in South Carolina, my son and I were staying at a women's shelter. So, yeah, that's a different story. Anyway, but this is why it is so important to just not lie about this stuff. I mean, I don't even really know what else to say. I mean, this is my personal experience, and I want to share this because, unfortunately, yeah, people are out there that, will feed on this and be like, oh, here, I can make myself look like a hero, And that's why, Stolen Valor to me is just it disgusts me. It really does. All of us that, my fellow brothers and sisters in the armed forces, whether they're, veterans, active duty, going to join in the future, reserve, guard, who cares? As long as you served, it doesn't matter if it was 1 year, 20 years, 30 years, if you served, you are my brother or sister. And I am so proud that I was able to serve. And so to Soldier Hard, to the Redcom 1 family, I cannot express how thankful I am, you know, to you guys. And thank you so much for making this song. And thank you, Soldier Hard, for doing what, you know, you're going to do, that we talked about earlier today. And I just want to say August 15th, you guys better buy that, you know, single on iTunes or wherever. And, you know, I'm so looking forward to a sample clip on Soldier Hard's Facebook page. So, yes. And I will have all the information, all the details. But just want to say, you know, if you want, I think maybe later I'm going to see about, you know, doing a video of just like, I know I have pictures up on my Facebook of like his Stolen Valor, but I think I'll actually make like a video for here so that you guys can kind of see just like what was going on like when I was married to this guy. So sorry if I bored you. Just want to say thank you guys for listening, for taking the time out to hear my story, and take care, and hopefully you guys will get that single. And yeah, Soldier Hard, I can't thank you enough. And definitely to all the Redcon 1 family, especially BQ, because he's Air Force as well. So yes, but I'm gonna sign off now, and I'll see about posting some more videos later. All right, take care.